What's good YouTube, NeoNexudus here with a updated deck profile on my Battlin boxes, which took me 6th place at locals yesterday. Bit of a drop from the silver qualifier, but then again we had more players and my score was a little bit different and the matchups were entirely different. I went first round against Lightsworn, lose 2-1. It was a very close game against Mr. Alex Reed Cheat Lofts. That's a inside locals joke. I'm not accusing him of cheating or whatever, but whatever. If you're watching this, Alex, hi. So yeah, it was 2-1 versus Lightsworn, and he had the better luck than me. You know, he flicked a Raikou, hit my lead joke, then played double JD effects to nuke the field twice, putting down onto 200 life points, wiping out my lead joke, which was my only fucking defense left, and then hit me for game. It's fair enough. JD is a Saki card. I hate that card being at 3, but what are you going to do? Konami are giving even more Lightsworn support, so I don't think we'll see JD back on the ban list anytime soon. Round 2, I went against Frog Monarchs. Didn't have too much trouble apart from getting over Obelisk, but then again, Obelisk is a 4K beta, so what I had to do was get my lead joke onto 3-8 and then go drop the counter punch. GG's. Round 3, I went against Agents. Didn't have that much of a bad time, didn't run into Honest that often. It was back and forth, you know, it's a pretty fair duel, but I won 2-0, like I did with Frog Monarchs. Match 3, round 3 rather, I went against Dark Worlds, bloke called Somerset, or as we call him, Somerset. So yeah, Dark Worlds. Dark World doesn't really hurt this deck. Yeah, he was popping a lot of my shit with Grapha, but he just allowed me to set up my graveyard. So, game 2 I started in Shadow and Prisoning Mirrors and kind of naffed him over. And then, final round, went against Evil Swarm in round 5, and that turned out to be a draw in time. I won the first game, he won the second game, because I just couldn't get around to shit. It was quite funny, because we both flying C'd each other. And, yeah, we had to draw in time, so I look forward to a rematch, Dom. Anyway, I've talked for nearly 3 minutes now, so let's go on with the deck profile, shall we? We've got now triple headgeared, because I found the fact that I was just not seeing my monsters. I do like double headgeared, but I needed to go to triple headgeared for the fact that I needed more Battlin boxes to summon. I just needed more monsters to summon to go into my first turn lead choke. We got a triple Spara to allow our first turn Exceed plays. Triple Glassjaw, because, you know, this guy in the graveyard actually shit back to hand. And triple Switch Hitter, because he is like our giant Synchron. He brings back our Battlin boxes and allows us to overlay. And we've gone down to double counter punch, I'm afraid. I still would like to have 3 in the deck, but I kept on dead drawing a counter punch when I didn't need it, and I just needed the room. So we've gone down to 2, unfortunately. If you've got any suggestions now to include the third, please, by all means, but at the moment it's at 2. And we've gone down to double blaster. And as you can see, I've Verity upgraded to secrets from the tins, because they look smexy. But we've gone down to 2 blasters because, once again, dead drawing a blaster, not having the food for it, and not being there at the opportune time. So 2 blaster is a compromise I've had to make because of room. Then we got double max C because of the special summon decks, and double effect Veiler because, well, I don't want to play strictly for the dragon matchup because a lot of people at locals don't have dragons. More people run completely different decks. Our locals is so non-meta, it's unbelievable. We got about 1, 2 Firefist players. We got an agent player. We got about 3 or 4 Evil Swarm players. All different skills. I'm playing Battlin boxers. Skater users playing dragons. Averall, his girlfriend's playing Evolves. You know, we have a very varied locals. It's not very meta heavy. So Effect Veilers for them other decks that aren't dragons. And Effect Veiler ain't that bad game 1 versus dragons. You know, you just drop on their big guys, their Dracosacs, their Scrap Dragons, etc. So it's not that bad of a card, but you know, obviously you side it out game 2 versus dragons. Onto the spells. We got our search cards, our cards to give us more cards, our Rota. Fucking love this card. If only we could have 3. Double duality, not triple, because I still believe that triple would be dead, considering the main point in this deck is to go into a late joke. Our Warrior Returning Alive, which can essentially be our second Rota, because it can add me back a Battlin box from my graveyard to my hand. Double Forbidden Lance, because I hate D-Prison. Triple MST, I've already upgraded, so I'm now using secret MSTs from Joe's World. But I do need one more, guys. If you have a Legendary Collection Joe's World MST, message me, because I'm after one, before this next weekend. Before Friday the 25th. Or if you can get it to me for Friday the 25th, I'll be interested. So hit me up, guys, if you have a secret rare MST. Otherwise, I'll be buying one during the week. So, yeah. Secret Dark Hole. Secret Foolish, because I put Foolish back because it acts sometimes like a third Rota. The ability to just go top that Foolish Burial, to dump the Glass Door to graveyard, to add you back a Headgeared, a Switch Hitter, not a counter punch, but well, sometimes a counter punch if you just want to pitch it for Blaster Food, but then again you can just add back any other Battlin boxer. So yeah, it's just a really nice versatile card. Essentially, I am running 3 Rotas in the deck in one shape or form. So that's the spells. Move those over there. Onto the traps. We got our limited quad. Warning. TT. Compulse. Bottomless. Running double Mirror Force. I need to get a rarity upgrade in my D-Prisons. Double D-Pris. 2 chains. Need to get a rarity upgrade in my chains. So yeah. I'm running both Mirror Force and D-Prison because I need the defense. Venus Chain to lock down effects, and you can't complain about the quad. Onto the side. This is currently what I'm siding. I'm siding 1 Flying Sea for all them Exceed Reliant decks. It just fucks them over. Double Fencing Fire Ferret because this card is so godly you have no idea. When against Lightsworn, he didn't realise that Fire Ferret activates upon destruction in any shape or form. So he nukes the field and I blow up his JD. And he took 500. Double Debunk for them graveyard decks. Works against dragons, works against mermaids, works against dark worlds, works against zombies, you know, just it's quite a versatile card. Double Decree, because I added these beauties in because I feel that it is a nice lockdown card. Yes, I run a lot of traps myself, but I realise with a Ledge Oak and a Decree on the field, it just makes life so hard for the opponent if they are running spells and traps themselves. Obviously, you wouldn't really want to use it versus dragons because they play Decree themselves, but, you know, they do run Regeki Breaks, Wing Blasts, etc. So you can sort it into dragons, but I wouldn't recommend it. Double Light Imprisoning Mirror because of Light Swarm, Agents, Constellar, Boojins, because, you know, Constellars are a thing. They won the ARG circuit, so people are going batshit crazy over Constellars. So that's why I've run Light Imprisoning Mirror, because it says no to all your light monster effects. And the fact that Boojins will become a thing come Shadow Spectres. Double Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. Dark Worlds, Evil Swarm, enough said. I mean, Evil Swarms came second at the ARG circuit, so people are going batshit crazy over Evil Swarm as well. So, it works. Kaiser Colosseum. Oh my god, I cannot describe how much of a beauty this card is. Kaiser Colosseum plus Lejoke plus Decree equals 9 times out of 10 the opponent to scoop. It is that simple. The deck is now more, the side deck is more focused around locking down the opponent's plays and limiting their manoeuvrability, which allows me to slow down the game state and play the grind game, which is what Battlin boxers do best. So yeah, we're running double Kaiser Colosseum, because if I have a lead joke on the field, they're not summoning anything. No Xyzes, no Synchros, and of course we still got our double Xyz Encore for Xyz Reliant decks. Things like Evil Swarm, Constellar, not necessarily Dragons, because Dragons can still Synchro, but, you know, other Battlin boxer decks if I happen to go up against them. Yeah, you know, it's good. Good cards are good. And this is my extra deck. 2 cards have changed since locals, because I realised Xyz Encore is a motherfucking thing versus my deck. And I needed a way to get out of those situations where I just had dead monsters on the field that I couldn't do anything with. So I added these beauties. 10 Tempo and Zen Mains. Zen Mains is my wall, 10 Tempo is my aggressor. 10 Tempo allows me to detach materials from opponent Xyz, and Zen Mains allows me to hide behind the massive booty. Hide behind the booty. The big fat 2100 booty. Yeah. So, these are 2 new additions. What I took out my extra deck was a Utopia and a Heroic Champion Kusanagi, because, quite frankly, I wasn't using either of them anyway, and this is going to help so much more. Especially with Xyz Encore flying around now as a popular side deck card. Still got our Crazy Box, our Pack Preparative, our Emerald for recycling, our Lava Chain for our milling and setting up our graveyard and getting glass draw effects, and it's, oh my god, this card is so sexy. Our Stroke, because my stroke is much better than yours. Abyss Dweller for dragons and stuff. I don't really use it, but it is helpful. It is helpful. Got Cowboy for I just want to get that extra quick points of damage in, boy. Just pew pew for 800. Blade Armor Ninja for whenever I can actually use it. Whenever you're useful to swing for 42. Don't go into you a lot, but it's a helpful card. Excalibur becomes a 4K beat stick, so you can't really complain with that. And I actually went into him in the tournament to defend against Obelisk. I went into an Excalibur so that he would have the choice of either suiciding into Excalibur with his Obelisk or passing his turn. He chose to pass his turn, which secured me the game. Heroic Champion, comic book hero. Comics hero King Arthur. He's like a mini lead joke. He can't be destroyed by battle. If he would be, you detach material, you burn your opponent for 500, and he gains 500, so he becomes 2-9. So, it's pretty cool. He's like your 4th lead joke. And speaking of lead joke, the boss monster of the deck. Yeah, this guy. So many people rage at this guy. It is so funny. And I'm really liking Battlin boxers at the moment. You know, they operate very similar to Evil Swarm. They can operate very similar to Constellar. But, you know, it's much more of a aggressor deck than it is defensive. You can and usually will play defensive to start off with. But once you know that you're dealing with a lot of your opponent's players, if you know that they've burned their D-prisons and stuff, you got no worries. You're just going to straight attack, because it's only D-prison, Warning, and Compulse that hurt lead joke. D-prison, Warning, Compulse. 4 cards. 4 cards out of minimum 40. So, yeah. You may run into it, you may not. And Battlin boxes do what they do best, they recycle, so yeah. So that's my deck list, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. Rate, comment, subscribe and all that jazz. If you have a secret rare Joey's World MST, let me know ASAP, as I will be buying one during the week by at least Wednesday. So I would rather trade for it, guys. I'll be uploading a trade binder video to trade bits off and sell to fund my trip to ICS London. And I think I might actually do a zombie deck profile after this, because I have got a zombie deck build. It's not the best zombie deck build I've ever had, but you know, it's a nice little fun side project to distract my mind from when I take this to tournaments and stuff. So yeah, it's been NeoNexudus and I'm signing out. Peace. New joke.